Welcome to ComfortTV.channel news, bringing you verified and balanced news from Nigeria and around the world. I am Faith Kevin. Thanks for joining us again this evening. In the headlines, stakeholders urge Igbo youths to embrace aviation. NECA says funding and inconsistent policies hinder MSME growth in Nigeria. 14 suspects arrested as police uncover 4.8 billion naira Kenji power plant theft, Nigeria. Nigeria's education ministry's website hacked to endorse controversial Russian program. Upgraded Ibadan airport receives first flight, and markets in Ibadan to close for Olubadan coronation. On business, Umahi says increase in cement price is a major threat to road project. Nigeria exits IMF debt list as 10 African countries remain indebted. On the foreign scene, landmark deal paves way for cheaper HIV protection job. Italy sends Navy frigate to assist Gaza aid flotilla. And on sports, blow for Lazio and Nigeria as Fisayo Bashiru suffers thigh injury. Now the news. In a resounding call for youth empowerment, stakeholders, traditional rulers, lawmakers and community leaders across the southeast have urged young people in the region to seize opportunities in the aviation sector as a pathway to reduce unemployment, foster innovation and drive regional development. The message came during the Southeast Aviation Summit and Face of East Wing 2025 competition organized by the East Wing Aviation Institute, Enugu, through its East Wing Youth Foundation. The event was not only a platform to spotlight aviation's transformative potential for youth, but also an occasion to celebrate emerging talent, with 18-year-old Ifechukwu Uyamadu unveiled as the winner of Face of East Wing 2025. The teenager's victory was crowned with a full scholarship to study any aviation course of his choice at the institute, symbolizing a new era of opportunity for the next generation. Declaring the summit open, the chairman of Enugu State Traditional Rulers Council, Igwe Samuel Asadu, emphasized that the Southeast should not lag in aviation training and careers. He described aviation as a field where youths from other regions were already excelling and called on government, private investors, and philanthropists in the Southeast to sponsor young people into the industry. Asadu commended the founder of East Wing Aviation Institute, Dr. Christopher Ede, for establishing the school in Enugu, noting that it placed world-class aviation training within the reach of Southeast youths. According to him, the summit was a game-changing event, showing that what could be found in major cities across the world was now available in the region. Backing this view, the Deputy Provost of East Wing Aviation Institute, Dr. Shegun Babalola, warned that the Southeast risks falling behind if its youth fail to key into aviation. He expressed concern that fewer than 10% of Igbo youth had shown interest in the industry, compared with other regions where large numbers were already trained and employed in aviation. Chairman of the House Committee on Youth in the Enugu Assembly, Mr. Raymond Oke Ugu, used the platform to rally young people in the Southeast to embrace aviation. Ugu argued that aviation held the promise of massive job creation, technological advancement, and sustainable development for the region if properly harnessed. The Nigeria's Employers Consultative Association, NECA, has identified funding and inconsistent policies as challenges affecting the growth of micro, small, and medium enterprises, MSMEs, in Nigeria. The president, Ifeanyi Okoye, said this during NECA's MSMEs Fair 2025, Southeast Edition in Enugu. Okoye said that most small business owners in Nigeria were faced with various challenges, including power, access to needed infrastructure, and credit facilities to grow and survive their businesses. He said the fair was organized as a confirmation of the collective commitment by stakeholders in strengthening MSMEs, which were the backbone of the Nigerian economy. He explained that NECA MSME Fair was launched as a platform to spotlight the immense contributions of MSMEs to national development and provoking discussions on how to support the sector. According to him, with the Southeast Fair, the association seeks to deepen collaboration, empower entrepreneurs, and provide opportunities for growth. Okoye also noted that the role of the MSMEs could not be overemphasized, adding that it represented over 90% of businesses in Nigeria employing millions and contributing significantly to the GDP. The president added that MSMEs remain the true drivers of resilience. The Director General of NECA, Adewale Smart Oyerinde, represented by the Director of Legal, Thompson Akpabio, said that for businesses to grow, it must be linked to line of changes. He urged business thinkers and owners to think out of the box to grow their businesses. The Niger State Command of the Nigerian Police Force confirmed the arrest of 14 suspects in connection with two major crimes: the multi-billion naira theft and vandalism at the Kenji power plant, and a staged kidnap designed to extort 7 million naira. The command spokesperson, SP Wasiu Abiodun, disclosed this in a statement made available to journalists on Wednesday. According to the police, the first case began on August 11, 2025, when Mainstream Energy Solutions Limited lodged a complaint about large-scale theft at the Kenji power plant. The suspects, Shaibu Abu Safian, 35, and Ibrahim Musa, 31, initially denied involvement. However, Abu Safian later confessed, implicating 10 other security personnel under his supervision. The police said investigations revealed the group conspired with scrap dealers Musa Khalid, Abba Khalid, and Abdullahi of Nasarawa village, Mashegu local government area, who provided heavy equipment, used acetylene gas to cut metals into transportable sizes and move them in trucks, mostly at night and on weekends. The command confirmed that a manhunt is underway for the scrap dealers and other collaborators still at large. In another development, police uncovered a fake kidnapping plot hatched by two young men in Minna. The case, reported as a kidnapping at the Tudunwada division on September 2, 2025, led to the arrest of 9 suspects and the recovery of 21 SIM cards linked to fraudulent online activities disguised as a network marketing outfit called Quest International Company. Using technical intelligence, the police tracked and arrested the supposed kidnapped victim, Ahmed Alhaji Bura, 21, of Bauchi State, and his alleged abductor, Shafiu Ibrahim, 22, of Makujeri. Both suspects are now in the SCID custody in Minna and will face charges in court along with others arrested earlier. The Niger Police Command vowed to intensify its clampdown on economic saboteurs and fraudsters who exploit insecurity for financial gain. Nigeria's Ministry of Education says its website was hacked to upload statements branding a controversial Russian recruitment program, Alabuga Start program, as a credible scholarship opportunity for young Nigerians. The ministry's Federal Scholarship Board Director Indajiwo Asta said statements uploaded to the website in 2022 and 2023 were posted by fraudsters who sought to use the ministry's name to legitimize the controversial program. The Alabuga Start program is a Russian state-backed initiative that offers young women fully funded scholarship opportunities for a period of 2 years. Launched in 2022, the program is run by the Alabuga Special Economic Zone, an industrial institution located in Tatarstan, Russia, and typically targets young women between age 18 to 22 from developing countries. However, there have been reports that some of the young women recruited for the program go on to manufacture drones in a military-industrial compound located approximately 1,000 kilometers east of Moscow, known as Alabuga. A 6-month investigation by a ZAM team in 7 African countries in Nigeria has revealed that the recruitment is done in a shady manner based on false information and fake promises. The recruits promised good salaries and skills training, often find themselves trapped upon arrival. Alabuga Start is presented as both an employment opportunity and a fully funded scholarship. It covers the total travel expenses, accommodation, and feeding for the duration of the program. The Samuel Ladoke Akintola Airport, Ibadan, on Wednesday received its first aircraft since being closed down in March 2025 for upgrade to international standards. The aircraft, which is an advanced member of the presidency flight scheduled for Friday, September 26, 2025, arrived at the airport at exactly 9:14 a.m. to the joy of everyone in the vicinity. The successful landing underscores the readiness and capabilities of the airport's infrastructure to handle high-profile flights safely and efficiently. Meanwhile, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is expected in Ibadan on Friday for the coronation of the 44th Olubadan of Ibadan land, Oba Rashidi Adewolu Ladoja. With the presidency flight scheduled to follow soon, this inaugural flight since March 2025 sets a positive precedent for future arrivals and departures. Recall that Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde had in September 2024 performed the groundbreaking ceremony for the airport upgrade. Makinde has said at the event that the project, when completed, would connect the states to the global market. Earlier, the Makinde administration upgraded the airport's VIP lounge and provided a fire truck. It also installed a 500,000-liter aviation fuel storage and dispensing facility. Marketers across Ibadan will shut down on Friday, September 26, 2025, as traders honor the coronation of the 44th Olubadan of Ibadan land, Oba Rashid Adewolu Ladoja. The directive was issued by the Babaloja General of Oyo State, Asiwaju Yakin Abbas, who said the closure would serve as a mark of respect for the new monarch. He explained that all markets within the 11 local government areas of Ibadan land, including those in the city centers and surrounding areas, will suspend trading activities for the day. In a statement made available to journalists, Asiwaju Abbas congratulated Oba Ladoja on behalf of the Market Leaders Council, zonal executives, and the entire trading community in Oyo State. He prayed for a peaceful, prosperous, and impactful reign that will bring progress to Ibadan land and the state as a whole. He urged all traders to attend the coronation ceremony at Mapo Hall, stressing the importance of showing support and reverence for the new traditional ruler. Comfort TV, the channel's news, returns shortly with business, foreign, and sports news. Stay tuned. Many thanks for staying tuned. This is ComfortTV.channel news on business. The Minister of Works, Senator David Umahi, has expressed concern over the rising cost of cement and other construction materials, despite ongoing government reforms that are gradually stabilizing the economy. Speaking with journalists during his inspection tour of the Abuja-Obajana Junction Road in Kogi State, Umahi said the surge in cement prices posed a serious challenge to the government's ambitious infrastructure drive. According to him, while President Bola Tinubu inherited an economy where everything became a priority, his administration has given roads and bridges top consideration as critical enablers of growth. He noted that the sector remains pivotal to the nation's GDP expansion, even as other sectors depend on it for support. He added that while the dollar was being stabilized, the price of cement has risen from 7,500 naira to 9,500 naira, just like chippings and sand. He said despite the challenge, the government needs to be applauded for reforms gradually yielding results, citing the decline in food prices as a positive signal for recovery. Still on the business scene, Nigeria is no longer listed among African countries owing money to the International Monetary Fund (IMF), marking a significant shift in the country's debt profile. The IMF has long provided loans to African nations facing fiscal stress, liquidity shortages, and balance of payment challenges. While such support offers temporary relief, it often leaves countries vulnerable to recurring debt cycles and reduced policy flexibility. As of September 2025, 10 African countries remain heavily indebted to the IMF. Nigeria's exit from the IMF debtor list is seen as a positive signal for Africa's largest economy. Analysts say it reflects improved fiscal discipline and resilience in its foreign exchange market. However, experts warn that Nigeria must guard against slipping back into debt cycles as seen in countries like Zambia and Uganda, where repeated borrowing has become a norm. On the foreign scene, a new HIV prevention drug will be made available at a lower cost in over 100 low-income countries within 2 years, a move expected to give millions access to the breakthrough treatment and potentially bring the world closer to ending the HIV and AIDS epidemic. The drug called lenacapavir and administered by injection is due to be rolled out as early as the end of the year at a cost of $28,000, approximately £20,000 per person annually. But Wednesday's announcement promises to slash that price to just $40, around 0.1% of the original cost. The lower-cost version will be rolled out in 2027 across 120 low- and middle-income countries. Scientists say the drug stops the virus from replicating inside cells. The landmark deal to provide cheaper antiretroviral drugs for people with HIV in developing countries was brokered by former U.S. President Bill Clinton after negotiations with pharmaceutical companies. The agreement announced on Wednesday was reached between the Clinton Foundation in partnership with the Gates Foundation and other groups, including South Africa's Research Institute, WITS RHI. Lenacapavir has delivered impressive trial results, and in July it received official backing from the World Health Organization for HIV prevention. The injection is taken twice a year and provides 6 months of protection against HIV infection at a time. Experts say long-acting injectables like lenacapavir could help reduce new infections in populations that are most vulnerable, including adolescent girls and young women, LGBT people, sex workers, and those who use drugs. It is hoped it will replace the current form of HIV preventative drug known as PrEP, or pre-exposure prophylaxis, which is taken orally and also costs $40 per person each year. Still on the foreign scene, Italy's defense minister Guido Crosetto says Italy has sent a Navy frigate to assist a Gaza-bound flotilla on Wednesday after organizers said several of their boats have been targeted by multiple drones off Greece. Crosetto expressed strong condemnation of the attack on the flotilla. At the same time, Italy's foreign minister Antonio Tajani said he had asked Israel to ensure the safety of Italian citizens, along with members of parliament and MEPs among the pro-Palestinian activists. The ministry had already informed Israel that any operation entrusted to Israeli forces must be conducted in compliance with international law and the principle of absolute caution. The Global Summit flotilla said more than a dozen explosions were heard around the flotilla as it sailed off Greece late on Tuesday, with damage caused by unidentified objects dropped on the deck. It currently numbers 51 vessels, most of which are off the Greek island of Crete. Vessels waiting to join the flotilla had already been targeted in 2 suspected drone attacks in Tunisia. On sports, Lazio midfielder Fisayo Dele-Bashiru will be out of action for at least a couple of weeks after suffering a knock in the Derby della Capitale. The Nigerian was already doubtful ahead of last Sunday's showdown, but Maurizio Sarri eventually opted to field him in the starting lineup. However, the 24-year-old only lasted 11 minutes before succumbing to injury. He was replaced by Reda Belayan, who ended up receiving a red card as the Biancocelesti suffered a 0-1 defeat at the hands of the Giallorossi. Dele-Bashiru's clinical test detected a grade 1 injury in the right thigh flexor. The source expects him to be out of action for around 1 month. Therefore, the midfielder will skip the club's next 2 matches. The Aquil would take on Genoa away from home this Monday before hosting Torino at the Stadio Olimpico on October 4. Moreover, the Manchester City youth product will skip Nigeria's next 2 World Cup qualifiers. Still on sports, Liverpool's new signing, Hugo Ekitike, has taken to Instagram to make a statement following his red card last night. The French centre-forward scored the winning goal for Liverpool in the 85th minute and charged over to the Liverpool faithful and removed his shirt in celebration. It appeared that the 23-year-old had forgotten he was already booked early in the second half for petulance after being penalized for a foul. The removal of a shirt is always a yellow card offense, which left referee Thomas Bramall with no choice but to send him to the stands. Immediately after the game, Reds manager Arne Slot expressed his disappointment with Ekitike's red card, saying the first booking was already needless and to a certain extent stupid, because according to him, you have to control emotions in a way that does not lead to a yellow card. Ekitike has since taken to Instagram to apologize himself. He will miss this weekend's match with Crystal Palace and is likely to be replaced by Alexander Isak. And that's our news bulletin for today. But before we go, here is a recap of our top stories. Stakeholders urge Igbo youths to embrace aviation. NECA says funding and inconsistent policies hinder MSME growth in Nigeria. 14 suspects arrested as police uncover 4.8 billion naira Kanji power plant theft. Nigeria's education ministry website hacked to endorse controversial Russian program. Upgraded Ibadan Airport receives first flight. On business, Umahi says increase in cement price is a major threat to road projects. On the foreign scene, landmark deal paves way for cheaper HIV protection job. And on sports, a blow for Lazio and Nigeria as Fisayo Bashiru suffers thigh injury. Thanks for watching. For breaking news, exclusive interviews and more, follow us online at ComfortTV.channel on all platforms. Remember to like and share our videos, subscribe to our channel and click on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any updates. I am Faith Kevin. Until next time, stay informed, stay connected.